Welcome to OmTimes TV, a division of OmTimes Media and Broadcasting. Welcome to the Enlightenment Academy, where the journey of discovering your inner magic begins. In a world filled with endless possibilities, we invite you to explore the depths of your being and unlock the mysteries of your true potential. Through insightful teachings, transformative practices, and enlightening conversations, we empower you to access the brilliance that resides within you. Join us as we embark on a path of self-discovery, empowerment, and spiritual awakening. Are you ready to tap into the infinite wellspring of magic within you? Here is your host, Venus Castleberg.
Hello, amazing beings. How are you today? If you are out there live, please give me a hello, a hi, a thumbs up, anything. I love to see that I'm actually talking to people and not just to the screen of myself. So welcome to the Enlightenment Academy, and thank you. Thank you for being here. Hello, PCZ. Nice to have you. Thank you for listening now and in the future. Hi, Christina. Hi, Judy. Welcome. Yay, people are here. That's wonderful to hear. I actually know lots of people watch this, but I don't know, it's like some watch live. A lot of people watch the replay, but it's always nice to have people on live. And today you can cool. So today you can call in if you'd like to and ask questions, 202-570-7057. Welcome. And today we're going to talk about moving from doubt to certainty, although we already have a question in the chat, and I'm going to totally blow all... I'm sure today I probably won't make any friends, and it's okay. If you don't believe something that I say or it's not true for you, then throw it away. I'm not here to convince you of my point of view. I'm just here to share my experience and what I've learned. And I'd like everybody, just for a moment, to lower your walls and barriers, even the ones you don't know about. Destroy and uncreate them. Walls and barriers keep you separate from your awareness. They do not protect you. So your awareness is your greatest protection. You don't need rituals. You don't need smoke. You don't need water. You don't need things to protect you. If you are willing to lower your walls and barriers and be super aware of everyone and everything, then you'll know when to avoid somebody, or when to not be in a certain location, or when to change what you're doing. right? So, and again, this is just my experience. But I find that if I lower my walls and barriers and I just use my awareness, that is the greatest protection I can have out there. And there is no one and nothing more powerful than you. So when you make somebody more powerful than you, then, or something more powerful than you, then you're basically saying that you're a victim to that energy instead of being the dominant energy and just being like, dark energies are not welcome here. Dark people are not welcome here. Like you get to say, right? Unless, of course, now just again, you get to say how it works for you. But if it's, I'm not here to talk like whether semantics, stuff like that. But I will say this: if you heavily medicate or do a lot of drugs, you do kind of put up a for rent sign or a anybody can hop in basically because you leave, right? Have you ever noticed when you're in an altered state of consciousness, such as when you're high or something like that, that you're not present, you're not there. And so you do open it up so that other beings, and that they can be entities without bodies, they can be other beings that are not benevolent, right? Negative energies, dark energies, you do kind of open yourself up to that. If you're somebody that does recreational drugs or you medicate, that's again, it's everybody to their own path and their own journey. And I just recommend that that might be why you're feeling like you need to protect yourself. And again, if you're willing to stay aware, which means you're willing to stay in your body, then you will actually not need to be protected from anything because nothing is more powerful than you. And that being said, let's say you are somebody who medicates. That's fine. It's totally your choice. I would recommend opalescent white light as a, it's different than walls and barriers. It's a opalescent white light at least allows you to stay aware instead of walls and barriers kind of separating you from your awareness and from the rest of the world. It really does create separation. So yes, Joseph, you are powerful. That's awesome. So I hope that helps on the protection thing. And yeah, lowering walls and barriers has just been like the greatest gift I've ever given myself, truthfully, and the willingness to just be present. And that, I mean, this goes hand in hand too with kind of our topic today, from doubt to certainty. Hi, Kimberly, welcome. You know, building confidence in your psychic abilities. So doubt, in access consciousness, doubt is a distractor implant. And a distractor implant basically takes you out of the present moment. And there is no other time than right now. So if you're like, let's say if you have fear, right? Fear is false evidence appearing real. And, you know, ask yourself, is this fear or excitement? Because it could be excitement. They're very similar in energy. But if you have fear, then you're basing kind of what you're choosing or what's going on in the moment based on a past experience. The past is gone. There is no past, right? Or you have fear, false evidence appearing real, based on a possible outcome of a future. So let's say you have psychic abilities and you're afraid you might say the wrong thing to somebody, or you might deliver the wrong message. The universe is always conspiring for you, never against you. So it will take whatever it is that you deliver, and the person will hear exactly what they need to hear. Exactly what they need to hear. They may even come back to you and tell you that this is what they heard, and you didn't say that. That's how crazy this stuff is. So it's what they need to hear. It's not whether you're going to do it right or you're going to do it wrong, right? The right or wrong is a judgment instead of the willingness to be present in the moment and just share, just communicate, just deliver, just however you do that, right? So false evidence appearing. Who would have thought that's what it means? Yep. Awesome. So doubt tricks us to not be in the present moment. Doubt, I would even suffice it to say, is another one of those walls and barriers. When you have a wall of doubt, oh, there's doubt. What does a wall and a barrier do? Keeps you separate, but it also like stops you, right? Like if there was a brick wall in front of you, you'd be like, I can't go anywhere. Or you might be one of those creative people, which I love. If you're a creative person, you're like, okay, there's a brick wall in front of me. How do I get around it? How do I dig under it? Do I climb over it? Right? That's great. But typically, most people hit a brick wall and they're like, it stops them. So this doubt comes up, and then suddenly you're not in action at all, right? Because you're doubting yourself, you're doubting your gifts, you're doubting your capacities. You're doubting if you're going to do it the right way, right? There is no right or wrong, good or bad way. And the people that you're delivering to, like, let's say you're somebody who like wants to go out there and build a business, and you want to give readings to people. The people who will get something from you are the people that are going to come to you, right? They will be attracted to you, to your energy, because you can do something that I probably can't for them, right? Because you're you, and they are in a vibrational alignment or connection with you and your energy. So whatever you have to give them is a contribution to them in that moment, because they are there with you, right? So you could just be like, okay, doubt, the wall of doubt. Let's just pretend like there is a brick wall of doubt. You built it, you put it up there, you use it to stop you. And what if you just let that wall and barrier, that brick wall, melt? Let it dissolve. If you want to rebuild it or create another one, that's okay, you can. But in the meantime, even if it's just for the next few minutes, try life without it. Melting the wall and barrier of doubt. And then ask yourself, what do I know? What am I aware of? And then be that energy, right? Have that confidence, like, hey, I know something. Hi, Lorena. I'm aware of something. I have something here to contribute, right? You all have something to contribute, whether you believe it or not. And it's not going to look like anybody else. So that's the other thing that I think stops us. It's like doubt and comparison, where you're like, well, I don't do it the way they do it, or it's not showing up the way they, it's not like the people that I've seen doing channeling, for instance. A lot of them do trance channeling, right? And they completely leave, and another being or collective of beings comes in and speaks through them in their body. That's okay. They can't. You can't do that, but you don't have to do that. That's not the only form of channeling. There's actually 9 forms of channeling. Do you know that? 9 different types. One of my favorite go-tos is writing, automatic writing, right? That is a form of channeling. But like if we have this like comparison, like, oh, this person channels, they leave, right? They trance channel, they leave, some other being comes in, they're better than me, or they're doing it the right way. No, they're just doing it the way that works for them. So how can you do it the way that works for you? And please, if you're out there and you would like to call in and ask questions, 202-570-7057. You can call and talk to me personally, or you can type questions in the chat. But I love questions, especially if I'm talking about something and it triggers something. You're like, oh, I'd like to talk about this. please, please, please put it in the chat or give me a call. So, right? It's like, okay, so they do it that way, but I don't do it that way. So am I wrong? That's a trick question because I know I'm not wrong. But they're doing it a different way. Are you wrong? No, you're not wrong. You're just different. You're just you. So lowering the walls and barriers of doubt, of comparison, of judgment of any kind, and allowing yourself to just be present in the moment and what's here right now, even just between you and me. Perceive the energy that you perceive between you and me right now. Right? Hi. It's nice to perceive you. Right? That's all you have to be. A lot of times for people, like they might be coming to you for readings, or you're thinking about doing readings. They're coming to you because you have something that can ease their journey. Even if it's just a hug or your presence, right? I don't know if anybody ever noticed, but like if you get on my stuff, you might feel a little relaxed because I just bring that energy of relax. I don't have to say it. I don't have to like get you into meditation to get you there. But I have an ease and a state of being that just brings relaxation to a lot of people. May not bring that relaxation to everybody, but it brings relaxation to a lot of people. And that is huge for a ton of people. So even if you're like, I'd like to do readings, what if I say the wrong thing? Well, what if it's not about anything that you say? It's just about who you're being. It's just about your connection with them and their connection with you. Because they came to you probably for just who you are, not for what you do. Cool. So another trick, let's, now we're like, okay, let's let go of doubt. Let's lower the walls and barriers, even the ones we don't know about. Let's stop comparing ourselves. Awesome. So now what? Well, another tool of access consciousness. Well, I've heard this many places, but I really started to learn what this meant in access consciousness. And they say it a different way. They say your point of view creates your reality. But I've heard lots of people say, yeah, what you focus on, you create, right? Visualize, you create. Your point of view creates your reality. Your point of view creates your reality is a great tool and a great thing to recognize, because go ahead and look at everything going on in your life right now as it is, exactly the way it is, and exactly the way it's not. And my target here is to empower you that because you're the creator of your world, you created your life as it is right now. But great news, you created it as it is right now. You can create something different if you want something different. But it's just a common one, there's 3 main topics in the world: money, bodies, relationships, right? And money is just such a big one for most people. But if you're like struggling with financially right now, or you just don't really have money and the resources, there's some point of view that you bought at some point that is creating this reality for you right now. Now you can change your point of view right now to create a different reality if you want a different reality. But first you got to recognize and even almost acknowledge, okay, I know where I bought this, right? So, kind of off topic, kind of not it is, I never talk politics, but this is a funny story. So when I was a kid, I went to my dad and I was like, Dad, what's the difference between a Democrat and a Republican? Because I really didn't know. And he goes, you're a Republican. I didn't get any definition. I didn't get any explanation. I was just like, oh, I'm so confused right now. Like, so, but what's cool is that, I'm like, I didn't really buy that as true. That wasn't really my point of view, right? And I went and found, my own truth and my own exploration. But if I had bought his point of view as real and true, then that would have created my future, right? Because I could have been like, oh, I'm a Republican. Okay, so then what? I just do what Republicans do. Instead, I chose something different. But somewhere along the line, let's say, like, again, back to the finances, you're financially strapped at the moment, right? And or you're not having as much freedom financially or whatever, right? So when that happens, what decision, what point of view did you buy maybe years ago? Might have been, you don't deserve it, you're not, you're wrong. What are some other points of view? You're like, when you buy that you're broke. Oh, and this is part of why I brought up the parent thing, right? So oftentimes our parents tell us something, or they are an energy that we buy is real and true. So let's say our parents were broke, or they talked about being broke all the time. I had one of each. I had one that was fine financially and one that was broke all the time. And so what point of view of your parents did you buy that then you're like, well, they were broke, so now I need to be broke, and then my children need to be broke, and like, right? Instead, go, okay, I bought this lie somewhere because it is a lie. The universe is abundant, the universe is infinite, and the universe desires for you to have everything you've dreamed of and so much more. If you didn't have a chance to watch the Million Dreams webinar last week, highly recommend. It's free. You can sign up for it and still get the recording. But like, everything that you desire is possible for you because the universe desires to gift it to you. Just gift it to you. Just be like, here you go. But then we buy this point of view of like, well, maybe I don't deserve it, or maybe I don't, right? I'm going to share something I don't think I've ever shared in the public before, but here you go. So early in my becoming a clairvoyant medium psychic days, I was 30. Most of you know that story. I'm not going to tell that story today, but I could see spirits, right? So I started to see spirits. I couldn't really hear them, but I could see them. I kind of could hear them, but at first it was just a seeing, and then it became more of a knowing. It wasn't like I heard them verbally so much as just knowing. But this one time, I was walking on the beach, just saying hello to the spirits, just getting used to seeing spirits walking on the beach with me, and spirits just walking by, and right, just being aware of the spirit realm. And Jesus comes to say hello. And his name is Yeshua to me. That was actually, but whatever. I'm just saying so you guys know who I'm talking about. And I instantly, because of my religious upbringing, I grew up sort of Catholic. But I grew up with some, Bible camp for kids and stuff like that. So some religion, right? But I immediately felt like going down to my knees and saying, I'm not worthy. And do you know what he did? He took my hand, he stood me back up, and he said, you do not need to do that because you and I are the same. Meaning, there's no hierarchy. He's not better than me. He might know a little more than me. He might be a little farther along on the journey than me, but he's not better than me. I don't have to put him above me. He was telling me we are the same. We are brothers and sisters. We are one, right? So, but that's a great example of like, my point of view was that somehow he was better than me. And then when that happened, I realized, oh, that shifted my point of view. And then my point of view became, we are all equal. We are all one, right? Hi, Ron, welcome. So, and again, I'm not here, even though today was lots of topics that I don't usually talk about, politics, religion, stuff like that. Hopefully you'll get that it's just like, what are our points of view that we're buying that are creating our reality? So if your point of view is you're not ready to get your gifts out there, or you don't know enough to get your gifts out there, or you're not a good person to do readings, right? Then that's what you're going to keep creating. You're going to keep creating the point of view that you believe. Also, if you believe that you're not worthy of getting paid, then guess what? You keep attracting people that won't pay you. If you believe that you're going to mess them up, right? I don't really believe you can ever mess anybody up because, again, they have free choice in their life. But if you deliver the wrong information, let's say, let's go there, right? You believe that you're going to deliver the wrong information. Well, you might deliver the wrong information, but nothing bad is going to happen. There's nothing wrong, right? So, Leela said, greetings from India, first time here. If you feel like answering, it's really interesting to know, how did you discover your abilities, and do you think anyone can learn, receive a gift, or is a gift either? Yes, absolutely. Thank you for asking that question. So anyway, let me finish this thought and then I will address that, Leela. Absolutely. So what point of view is it that you have that's creating your reality? What are you believing about your psychic gifts? Things like, I'm not ready, I'm not worthy. Like, there's all sorts of weird things that we tell ourselves. So then just be like, okay, whatever point of view I'm telling myself right now, I destroy and uncreate it times a godzillion, which is an Access Consciousness clearing statement. And you can find out more at theclearingstatement.com. Right, wrong, good, bad, puck, pot, all nine shorts, boys, po, vads, and beyonds. But it's like a magic eraser. It's like, okay, so how else, like, what else can you actually say to yourself and start believing to create the reality that you'd like to create, instead of buying some twisted point of view that maybe wasn't even yours? Somebody said to you, or was their point of view that you bought, or you read a book, or, something, right? Somewhere you bought this point of view that you needed to doubt yourself and to second guess yourself. And right. And then I'm of the school of thought, like, if you're here to empower people, then awesome, right? If you're here to disempower people, it may not work out so well for you. So, but again, your point of view creates your reality. Like, I'm here to empower people. And I know that. And so then that's how I show up every time I'm on anything, is like, how can I empower these people? How can I contribute to them? How can I help them? Whatever, right? But it's like, but that's my point of view that I show up with, not, what can I get, and don't get me wrong, I still believe that there is an exchange energetically, which is part of why I ask you guys to ask me questions, because it's part of what feeds the energy in these lives, so that I can actually have more energy to talk. So don't be shy about asking questions. And Leela, I really do want to answer your question, but we do need to take a quick short break. It's a very quick one. When we come back, I'll talk about your question. Thank you for asking. See you soon.
OmTimes TV. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself, invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. OmTimes Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be by putting your message across our powerful platform with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, OmTimes offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an OmTimes magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on OmTimes TV and broadcasting it across the extensive OmTimes radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. OmTimes. Open yourself to the possibilities.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome forward, everyone. Thank you again for being here. And so to Leela's question, she said, how did you discover your abilities? And do you think anyone can learn, receive the gift, or is it a gift either you got or not? And that is an excellent question. And I believe, truly, truly believe, my point of view creates a reality, is that anyone can open this gift. Anyone can open psychic abilities. Anyone. First of all, you just have to ask for it. And then when you're ready, it will show up. The universe will align with your timing. Sometimes it has to rearrange some things. I discovered I was a psychic medium when I turned 30. I quit doing drugs and alcohol, partying like a rock star. And I know that was a huge contributor. And then about 6 months after that, I became a Reiki master. And so somewhere in those two things was a very pivotal time for me. I woke up, came home from Reiki master class and practiced Reiki on my partner at the time, and spirit walked in the room. So I was like, oh, great. I see dead people. I was asking for something different at the time. I was not asking for that specifically. I was basically asking for my life to change, but I didn't necessarily ask for that specifically. So I would also caution you to ask, be clear in what you're asking for. So, because you might get something that you didn't really ask for. So, but fast forward it 23 years now, and I'm grateful that I was able to open that. Yeah. And now I coach people on how to open up their psychic gifts. So that's a joy that I get to participate in. Thank you, Astra. Nice to have you. How can I help them achieve the peace I feel? Oh, I can feel that even in your words, Astra. And thank you for sharing that energy with me and with us. And be it. You know, I don't usually talk about the fact that I relax a room, but I know that that's what I do, right? That's just by who I am. So by you being the peace, there's going to be a whole bunch of people that don't even notice and don't even care, right? That's okay. Because the people who do notice and do care are going to be the ones that come to you and ask you, right? They're going to be like, what are you doing that's different? Or why are you different? And then when those people come to you, you can share freely with what you're doing in your life to be at peace, to have ease, right? So I hope that helps Leela and Astra. But thank you for your questions. And anybody else has any questions, you can type them or call in. Is seeing different angel numbers constantly every day a good sign? Yeah. Awesome. Again, it's like your point of view creates your reality. So for a long time, yeah, numbers for me were a big deal. As a matter of fact, I got so into numerology that I became a little obsessed with it. I would like add the numbers of like stop signs or not stop signs because there's no numbers on them, but of speed limit signs. And I'd be like, what does that number mean? So I really wanted to add meaning to every single number. For me now, there's a few key ones that I just know that they're saying, we're with you, we love you. And those are the ones that I pay attention to. I don't pay attention to every number that comes across my path like I used to. But yeah, it's like, how does it make you feel? I think is really important. It's like when you see those numbers, does it make you feel good? Does it make you excited? Does it make you happy? Does it make you, right? So if you have those sorts of energies when you see the numbers, then awesome, right? Then and that's the difference for me. A good sign, bad sign. I don't necessarily believe in good signs, bad signs. What I would say is what's heavy is a lie for you, throw it away. What's light for you is true for you. So just follow the lightness. If it lights you up, it excites you and it makes you feel good, then great. And if it's heavy, I would probably avoid it and not do it. And then Astor got goosebumps. Great. Goosebumps for me have always been like a confirmation. You're very welcome, Leela. My pleasure. And Astor also says, I joke and say 1111 means they saw me scratch my butt. That's good. Cool. Awesome. All right, Lorena. I have random moments that my third eye will start pulsing or tingling, and I have no idea what that means. How do I figure out sources of it or why it occurs? Again, I would just ask. I also take time to like pause. I know now it took me a little while probably to recognize what this was, but I get a tingling on my right shoulder when specific spirit guides want to get my attention or want me to pay attention to something. And so I'll get this tingling on my shoulder. So I know that that's them trying to get my attention. Perhaps you have to ask the question for yourself. Again, follow it if it's light for you. Is the tingling in your third eye, are they trying to get your attention? Is there something that they want you to see or perceive, right? And you may not see things physically or even with your spiritual eye, but you can perceive what's around you. So you don't always have to see things to know they're there. You can just be like, okay, I can perceive something is here. Tingling in my shoulder. Okay. I don't get that as often as I used to. I used to get it a lot, and now it's like more random. But when I do get it, now I'm a little bit more apt now when it does happen to pay more closer attention because it doesn't happen as often. In the old days, I think they were always trying to get my attention. As somebody who's been around the block and tried it all, yeah, I'm sure there were many times they were trying to get my attention and I was just ignoring them. So I hope that helps, Lorena. Awesome. Well, thank you for those of you who chimed in and asked questions today. Super grateful for that. And I double dog dare you guys next week to call and talk to me. I don't bite. Well, whatever. What do people say now? They're like, I don't bite. Well, at least not that hard. So, cool. You weren't listening. I find you don't even have a voice. The question taps. Sorry, I find you don't even have to voice the question. The taps still come. Yep. That's true too. Good point. So, yes, call me next week. But today we're going to do a little visualization just to help you kind of let go. We did a little bit of an exercise already, but we'll do a little bit more on the letting go of the doubt and to step into the confidence. So finding a comfortable seat, closing your eyes. If you are not driving, please don't close your eyes. Just take a couple of deep breaths and relax. Breathe in, exhale out, and relax. Breathe in, exhale out, and relax. Breathe in, and relax. Feel your body, maybe your hands on your thighs. Or your thighs, hands. Bring the shoulder blades together and down the back. Sit up tall if you can, if you're comfortable. If not, you can lay down. But just for today, placing one hand on the heart and one hand on the stomach. Breathe in, exhale out. Saying hello, body. Hello, body. How are you today? And I'd like to invite you to include your body on this adventure today. You don't need to leave your body. You don't need to exit. You can invite your body on this adventure with you as well. Breathe in, exhale out, and relax. And then I want you to just imagine that all the doubt, the insecurity, the fear, false evidence appearing real, the judgment, comparison, that all these energies are, we'll just call them walls that you've erected around you. And they can be different types of walls, maybe brick walls and concrete walls and wood walls and holy walls. Right? Maybe some of them are very solid and some of them are not very solid, but they're still there, right? And no judgment, right? Just observing. Be the observer. Breathe in. Exhale out. And relax. And just take one at a time. You don't have to do all of them all at once. You can if you want to, but just let whatever wall you're most present to melt. Let it melt. Or if it's not melting, if it needs dynamite or whatever, that's okay. Just destroy and uncreate it. You can rebuild it later if you want to, but let's just practice and feel what it's like to let these walls and barriers go. Maybe the wall of comparison, where you make everything you do is in comparison to the way somebody else does it. Just destroy and uncreate, bring that wall down too. Or let it melt and dissolve. Maybe there's a wall that will come down if you just add water. And you can just wash it away. Let the walls of insecurities or judgments, let those walls just melt and dissolve down too. If you've done work with the violet flame transforms things. So you can also use the violet flame to maybe burn one of the walls. Every wall and barrier that you're willing to take down today, even just for the next few moments, just let them all come down, even the ones you don't know about. And then just become aware of the room that you're in. And become aware of the energy that is you. This brilliant, talented, bright light. This being that desires to contribute, to share your gifts with the world. Allow that energy out. Expand it out past the room you're in, maybe to include the whole building. Allow your awareness, your psychic gifts, this energy that you are naturally, to reach out and include the country that you're in. Maybe the whole continent, the seas. Seeing your light, your energy swirl and touch each other around the planet. Swirl and touch the whole world. And as you follow this energy around the world, notice places where your energy goes, and maybe some places where your energy avoids. Don't force it. Don't make your energy go where it doesn't want to go. That's okay. Just go around it. That's your awareness. That's your psychic attunement that says, don't go there right now. Doesn't mean don't go there ever, but don't go there right now. Right? It's also been a misconception, I think, that a lot of us buy because we're healers and we want to help people, right? Is that we're here to fix things that are broken. And I'm going to tell you right now, nothing's broken. Nothing needs to be fixed. Now we can contribute and we can offer our gifts to people in hopes that it makes their lives better. But if they don't want to take it, or they are stuck in their trauma and drama and they want to stay there, that's okay. It's their journey. We're not here to change their journey or make them go a different direction. We're here to plant seeds, possibilities, and be an invitation. And so this energy that you be, is whatever it is for you. If you are peace, relaxation, if you're joy, laughter, like whatever contribution you are, let that go out and touch those who desire that energy right now, who are asking for that energy right now. Don't force it on those that aren't asking for it. Just let them know it's here. It's a possibility. And you're willing to gift it to them if they want it. And just keep being present with your energy and your awareness. And how does this feel? What is this experience like without doubt or fear or judgment? You get to just be you and contribute to the world. You don't have to do anything in particular. You can just be that invitation of peace, of ease, of laughter. Abundance. You're showing the world that something else is possible beyond struggle and fear and hardship and suffering. Be an invitation to possibilities, to choice, to happiness, to wealth. And then what do you see? What do you perceive? What do you know? Now I want you to imagine that your spirit guides team, they have a gift for you. Maybe it's a wrapped gift that they put in front of you. But this is just something to boost your confidence in your own psychic gifts and capacity. And as you open the gift, it might be symbolism, it might be something that makes sense to you. It could be a trinket that makes sense to you. It could be just energy. Receiving that boost in your confidence in your psychic gifts with gratitude. And allow it to become part of you, to soak in and fill every fiber of your being, every cell, every molecule. Letting every part of you get supercharged with this knowing that you have something to offer and to just go gift it. You don't have to give it for free. I'm not saying that. You can, if that's your choice. But being willing to just use it. Have fun with it. Play with it. And maybe that's a great question to ask yourself. Instead of making it serious and like you have to get it right and all that stuff, is maybe just ask yourself, how can I have more fun with my psychic gifts? But that would be very bad. Whatever you do, don't have fun with your psychic gifts. Joking. I'll take a deep breath in and exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Awesome. Slowly, maybe rub your hands together. Start to bring yourself back to the present moment with that little bit more of a boost in confidence in your gifts and your capacities that I hope you have. And just know, with whatever walls and barriers you put up, you can always take them down and try something different. So I hope that was a contribution to you all. Thank you so much for everyone who is here. Thank you for your questions and your engagement. It's always nice to see you all. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day. Bye.